information being used for this video is taken from the Food Safety and Inspection Service website. The information being used in this video is for information and educational purposes. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, teaching, education, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permit by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. A copy of Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 shall be attached to this video.
Okay, so let's get started. This is a recall video for November 18th, 2025. Hopefully I can get through this video and it will record, unlike the last one I attempted. So let's get started. This first recall was issued on October 7th, 2025. It says FSIS is issuing a public health alert for FSIS inspected ready-to-eat meals produced by Fresh Realm containing a Food and Drug Administration FDA regulated ingredient, specifically riced cauliflower, that may be contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes. Based on current evidence, the products included in this public health alert are not related to any ongoing outbreak investigations. I apologize. A recall was not requested because the products are no longer available for purchase. The first product sold by Blue Apron, 13.5 ounce plastic tray packages labeled Dish by Blue Apron Cheesy Chicken Mac with Vegetables with lot codes 25240 and 25247. The product bears establishment number P3081. And the other one sold by Marley Spoon, 10.5 ounce packages labeled Balance by Marley Spoon barbecue sauce beef meatballs with cheesy cauliflower with lot code 25255. The product bears establishment number EST 47718. Let's take a look at the labels. Okay, this is what the first one looks like. How many pages? Does it give me how many pages? It's 2 pages long. Dish cheesy mac, chicken mac with veggies. Okay. And the second one, balance meals that do more. Okay. It only gives me this. It doesn't give us what the actual product looks like, but this is what the labeling looks like. Okay, the problem was discovered when Fresh Realm notified FSIS that the fried cauliflower used in these products tested positive for Listeria monocytogenes. There have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions due to consumption of these products. Anyone concerned about an illness should contact a healthcare provider. Consumption of food contaminated with L monocytogenes can cause listeriosis, a serious infection that primarily affects older adults, persons with weakened immune systems, and pregnant women and their newborns. Less commonly, persons outside these risk groups are affected. Listeriosis can cause fever, muscle aches, headaches, stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, and convulsions, sometimes preceded by diarrhea and other gastrointestinal symptoms. An invasive infection spreads beyond the gastrointestinal tract. In pregnant women, the infection can cause miscarriages, stillbirths, premature delivery, or life-threatening infection of the newborn. In addition, serious and sometimes fatal infections can occur in older adults and persons with weakened immune systems. Listeriosis is treated with antibiotics. Persons in the higher risk categories who experience flu-like symptoms within 2 months after eating contaminated food should seek medical care and tell the healthcare provider about eating the contaminated food. FSIS is concerned that these products may be in consumers' refrigerators or freezers. Consumers who have purchased these products are urged not to consume them. These products should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. So let's go on down to the company information. Fresh Realm out of Indianapolis, Indiana. The media contact information. Wait. Oh, they switched it. This used to be on this side. The company contact information is Fresh Realms 888-244-1562, customer service at freshrealm.com, and the media contact information is Congressional and Public Affairs, Meredith Carruthers, FSIS Press at usda.gov. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Take a sip of tea here. I'm actually going to have to get up and get a water. Hold on, you guys. Okay, I'm back. I hope you guys didn't hear the door and stuff, but if you did, I apologize. I had to get me some water because there's a lot to read here. Okay, the next one. This one has an editor's note. The original recall was on October 18th, 2025. MCI Foods Inc., a Santa Fe Springs, California establishment, is recalling approximately 91,585 pounds of specific lots of ready-to-eat breakfast burritos and wrap products containing egg that may be adulterated with listeria-monocytogenes. There is an editor's note on here from October 20th. Details of this recall were corrected on October 20th. The products subject to this recall were not part of food provided by the USDA for the National School Lunch Program. Some products may have been distributed to schools through commercial sales. Give me just a moment here. I have another computer open. Sorry. Oh, keep doing this wrong. Sorry. Okay. The individually packaged and bulk packed frozen breakfast burritos and wraps were produced between September 17th, 2025 and October 14th, 2025. A list of the products subject to recall can be found here, and I'm going to show it. The labels for the impacted products can be found here. So let's look at the list of products to be viewed. See if we can make it a little bigger for all. El Mas Fino or Fino egg and sausage burritos, Los Cabos breakfast burritos in Miramar. Is it Miramar or Miramar? Breakfast burritos. Okay, so there's a list. And let's see if we can view the labels. I've never seen these labels before, but this is what they look like. So I'm just going to go a little slow so everyone could view everything. Yeah, I've never seen these labels before. Wow. And this is for, yeah, I've never seen this label at all. It says Santa Fe, California. Wow. Huh, cute minions. All right. Okay. Oh, nope, there's more. Sorry. Okay. So let's go back. Take a swig of water here. The products bear establishment number, I'm down here, EST 1162A or P-5890A. Inside the USDA mark of inspection. These items were shipped to food service institutions nationwide. While the products may have been distributed to schools, it resulted from commercial sales and not part of food provided by the USDA for the National School Lunch Program. The problem was discovered when the establishment notified FSIS of a positive LM result in the scrambled eggs component after the firm conducted routine sampling and testing of RTE ingredients from its external suppliers. There have been no confirmed reports of illness due to consumption of these products. Anyone concerned about illness should contact a healthcare provider. So I did already read the information on Listeria monocytogen or listeriosis. So I'm not going to read it again. I just read it on the previous recall I talked about. Of course, FSIS is concerned that some product may be in institutional refrigerators or freezers. Institutions are urged not to serve these products. These products should be thrown away. Okay, so let's get the company contact information. MCI Foods Inc. 888-345-5364. And the media contact is Congressional and Public Affairs Bailey McWilliams. FSIS Press at USDA.gov. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. This is from October 24th. LSI Inc. and Alpena SD, is that South Dakota? Establishment is recalling approximately 2,277,540 pounds of a ready-to-eat Korean barbecue pork jerky product that may be contaminated with pieces of metal. Again, that is 2,277,540 pounds of ready-to-eat Korean barbecue pork jerky product that may be contaminated with pieces of metal. The affected jerky product has a 1-year shelf life with best buy dates ranging from October 23rd, 2025 through September 23rd, 2026, printed on the side of the packaging. The following product is subject to recall. Let me read it. 14.5 ounce and 16 ounce plastic pouches containing Golden Island's fire grilled pork jerky Korean barbecue recipe. A list of the specific product codes and best by dates subject to recall can be found here. So let's view the labels. Come on. Where's the labels? Why is it taking so long? This is what it looks like. I've never seen this before. Golden Island for grilled pork jerky Korean barbecue. It's about 4 pages here. Oh, the 14 ounce, the 14.5 ounce, and the 16 ounce packaging. That's what that looks like. So let's go back. View product list. Let's see if that's the same thing. Ooh, it's a lot of product. And it's 2 pages long. And it's just giving you the codes and the dates. So if you need to look at that, or if you have that, you can go ahead and pause the video. Okay. The product subject to recall bears establishment number M as in Mary 279A inside the USDA mark of inspection. The item was shipped to Costco and Sam Club retail locations nationwide. The problem was discovered after the establishment received multiple complaints from consumers finding pieces of wiry metal in the pork jerky product. LSI Inc. determined that the metal originated from the conveyor belt used in production. I have said this many times before. It may not be the hands that is touching your food that gives a problem, it may be the machinery. I have said this many times before. There have been no confirmed reports of injury due to the consumption of these products. Anyone concerned about an injury should contact a healthcare provider. FSIS is concerned that some product may be in consumers' pantries. Consumers who have purchased this product are urged not to consume it. This product should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. Company contact information is company contact info at goldenislandjerky.com, and the consumer and public affairs person is Bailey McWilliams, and there is the email fsispress@usda.gov. We gotta drink some of this water here. There are lots of recalls, and I apologize that I can't get the recalls to you as much as I want to, but I do try my best. The next one is Hormel Corporation from October 25th, an Austin, Minnesota establishment. Wow. Is recalling approximately 4,874,815 pounds of food service ready to eat frozen chicken products that may be contaminated with pieces of metal. We got another one. I'm just going to read the first portions of this. The affected chicken breasts and thigh products were distributed to HRI commercial food service locations nationwide on various dates from February 10th, 2025 through September 19th, 2025. They have a 13.9-pound bag case containing Hormel fried braised meats, all natural boneless chicken thigh meat. 13.8-pound cases containing 3-ounce Hormel fired base meats, all natural boneless chicken breast. 13.8-pound cases containing 4-ounce Hormel fired braised meats, all natural boneless chicken breast. 23.8-pound cases containing 5-ounce Hormel fired braised meats, all natural, and 13.95-pound cases containing boneless chicken breast with rib meat. Let's look at the labels. Let's see here. Just a moment. It's Hormel, so we generally know what Hormel labels look like. Here we go. We have the weight. Okay. This is about 5 pages long. I apologize for yawning. It's been a busy day. If you need to see the labels, you can always slow down the video. Excuse me. A detailed list of the affected pack dates subject to recall can be found here. So these are the products. I was hoping they would have a picture of the products, but they don't. And it's just a list. And this is 5 pages long. And this is the label dates that they were labeled. Wow. Excuse me. The problem was discovered after the establishment received multiple complaints from food service customers finding metal in their frozen chicken breast and chicken thigh products. Hormel Foods determined that the metal originated from the conveyor belt in production. Again, It's not necessarily dirty hands touching your food. It could be malfunctioning or needed repaired machinery that's messing with your food. There have been no confirmed reports of injury due to consumption of this product. Anyone concerned about an injury should contact a healthcare provider. FSIS is concerned that some products may be in the freezers of hotels, restaurants, and institutions. These businesses are urged not to serve the product. This product should be thrown away. The company information: Hormel Foods Customer Relations, 800-523-4635. And the next one is Congressional and Public Affairs, Bailey McWilliams, FSIS Press at USDA.gov. Let's keep it pushing here. The next one is from October 27th, E.A. Sween Company, an Eden Prairie, Minnesota establishment, is recalling 127,887 pounds of pulled pork sandwich product that may be contaminated with pieces of plastic. The barbecue pulled pork sandwich items were produced on various days between January 13th and October 15th. The following products are subject to recall: 5.5 ounce paper wrapped Deli Express barbecue pulled pork on a sesame seed bun sandwich. Let's look at the labels. Deli Express. I have seen a Deli Express label before. Something's in my eye, but generally speaking, if I want a sandwich, I'm going to make a sandwich by hand. And it's only one page long. This is what it looks like. The products subject to recall bear establishment number EST2451 inside the USDA mark of inspection. These items were shipped to retail locations nationwide, including the Department of Defense. The problem was discovered after the establishment received multiple complaints from consumers finding pieces of plastic in the barbecue pulled pork sandwich product. E.A. Sweeney Company determined that the plastic originated from the gallon plastic barbecue bottles used in production. Wow. There have been no confirmed reports of injury due to the consumption of this product. Anyone concerned about an injury should contact a healthcare provider. FSIS is concerned that some products may be in consumer refrigerators or freezers. Consumers who have purchased these products are urged not to consume them. These products should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. The company information is E.A. Sween Company Customer Service Hotline at 800-328-8184 and select option 2. For media, the Congressional and Public Affairs person is Meredith Carruthers, FSIS Press at USDA.gov. Okay, let's keep it pushing. This is the last one for FSIS. There's a lot, but I had to give a cutoff, and I started like at the end of October instead of going back to September. So let's look at this recall. Brazilian Taste, a Lexington, South Carolina establishment, is recalling approximately 4,120 pounds of chicken and beef croquettes due to misbranding and an undeclared allergen. Okay. The chicken croquettes were produced from March 4th, 2025 to August 19th, 2025. The beef croquettes were produced on June 2nd, 2025. We have 17.3 ounce plastic bag packages containing Saint Coxen, I cannot pronounce that, Coxenhall, extra large chicken croquettes. Then 15.8 ounce plastic bags containing 15, I can't pronounce that name, chicken croquettes in 13.7-ounce plastic bags containing 13 cent ground beef croquette, risole de carne. I cannot pronounce it. I am so sorry. Sorry. Anyway, let me keep pushing. The products subject to recall bear establishment number P-45640 or establishment number 45640 inside the USDA mark of inspection. These items were shipped to retail locations in Connecticut, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Texas, as well as nationwide through online sales. I'm sorry, I need to type something on my other computer here. Just give me just a moment. Okay. Let's get back to this. The problem was discovered when the Food and Drug Administration notified FSIS that breadcrumb ingredients shared between FDA regulated and FSIS regulated products produced at the facility contained sesame seed that may not be declared on the labels of the FSIS regulated products. There have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions due to the consumption of these products. Anyone concerned about a reaction should contact a healthcare provider. FSIS is concerned that some product may be in consumers' freezers. Consumers who have purchased these products are urged not to consume them. These products should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. The contact information for the company is Brazilian Taste, Miss Barbara Bueno, 404-538-5366, with an email address of contact at stcoxenhall.com. The media contact information is Congressional Public Affairs, Bailey McWilliams, FSIS, press at usda.gov. Okay, so that's the end of recalls on FSIS page. Now we're going to go to the FDA page. And I'm just going to go back probably to the beginning of November because there's a lot. So let's start with November 3rd. Okay. The company announced it on October 3rd. FDA published it on November 3rd. Reason for announcement: potential to be contaminated with listeria. The company name is Supreme Produce. Brand name Supreme Produce. The description is peach salsa. Okay. Summary of the recall. Supreme LLC. Let's see if we can make this just a little bit bigger. Okay. Supreme LLC DBA Supreme Produce is notifying consumers of a voluntary recall initiated by its supplier, Moonlight Companies, on white and yellow flesh peaches due to potential contamination with Listeria monocytogenes. The recall affects only the items listed below. Impacted products are no longer available for sale, but customers should look in their refrigerators. The product is being recalled due to peaches purchased from a retailer have the potential to be contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes, an organism which can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, frail or older adults, and others with weakened immune systems. Although healthy individuals may suffer only short-term symptoms such as high fever, severe headache, stiffness, nausea, abdominal pain, and diarrhea, Listeria infections can cause miscarriages and stillbirths among pregnant women. Recall produce was distributed in Kroger retail stores under the Supreme Produce name within locations located in the following states: Illinois, Colorado, Georgia, Washington, Indiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oregon, and Mississippi. Products are packaged in clear plastic grab-and-go containers containing 14 ounce with the appearance of peach salsa retail package items. Forgive me for having to clear my throat there. The product name Peach Salsa, the barcode is right here. The best buy dates are October 12th through October 29th. It says labels, example, see below. Let me see. The potential contamination was discovered by Moonlight Peaches, who initiated their voluntary recall after they determined that the yellow and white flesh peaches had the potential to be contaminated with Listeria monocytogen. The peaches were either sold as individual peaches of fruit bearing PLU stickers or as multi-packs. This recall does not include packages or PLU stickers with the words Washington and or organic. There have been no other illnesses or consumer complaints reported to date for items purchased from Supreme. What you should do: consumers should not consume and discard the product. The products involved are no longer available for sale, and most are past its shelf life and should already be out of distribution. But if consumers have any product they question and do not consume it, rather discard it. So this is what it looks like. So up here, the company information is 855-215-5017. So let's get out of here. Let's go on back to page 2. This is a medical device. I do not usually do recalls on anything other than food. But as you can see on the FDA page, they have medical devices. They have drugs like potassium. So we're going to move on. This next one, the company announced it October 31st. FDA published it October 3rd. Reason for announcement: potential for Clostridium botulinum hazard as the product is manufactured without an approved schedule. Company name: First and Last Bakery LLC. Brand name: First and Last. Marinara sauce, I cannot never pronounce that, puttanesca sauce, and meat flavored pasta. Let me take a swig of water, you guys. First and Last Bakery LLC, Hartford, Connecticut, is recalling the following products due to a possible health risk identified by the Connecticut Department of Consumer Protection. First and Last original marinara sauce, tomato and basil. First and Last original traditional pasta sauce, meat flavor. First and Last original puttanesca sauce, mildly hot and spicy. The products were distributed in Connecticut and Massachusetts through Big Y and potentially other retailers starting on September 22nd, 2025 and continuing through October 28th, 2025. Sales and production of the sauce have been suspended to ensure full compliance with all regulatory requirements. No illnesses have been reported to date. The recall products are packaged in 26 fluid ounce jars with the following names in UPC numbers. First and Last, use by dates: the tomato basil, the meat flavored pasta sauce, and the mildly hot and spicy puttanesca sauce. The products were manufactured without an approved, scheduled process or otherwise evaluated to determine if the process is adequate. Failure to appropriately process acidic or low acid canned foods can result in basically botulism. Just a moment. As a side note, us people that can, we know about this. That's why you have to properly can things, either a water bath can or a pressure can. Okay. Botulism is potentially fatal. Is a potentially fatal form of food poisoning. Can cause the following symptoms: general weakness, dizziness, double vision, and trouble with speaking or swallowing, like I'm doing now. But no, I don't have botulism. I just have GERD and allergies. Difficulty in breathing, weakness of other muscles, abdominal distension, and constipation may also be common symptoms. People experiencing these problems should seek medical attention. Consumers who have purchased the above mentioned sauces are urged to return them to the place of purchase for a full refund. It didn't say throw them away, it said return them to the place of purchase. This is what it looks like, the packaging. And then we're going to go back up. So the company contact information is 800-956-5000. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Second page. There is a lot. Haagen-Dazs. I'm happy I make my own ice cream now. Okay. Company announced it November 3rd. FDA published it November 4th. May contain undeclared wheat. Dreyer's Grand Ice Cream Inc. Haagen-Dazs. The product description: ice cream bars. Whew. So Haagen-Dazs is voluntarily recall this. Let's get into it. The affected product is Haagen-Dazs chocolate dark chocolate mini bars in the 6-count package with batch code LLA519501 and a best by date of January 31st, 2027. Okay. The affected product was shipped to two retail customers, Kroger and Giant Eagle, in the following states. Kroger, here we go: Alabama, Arkansas, Alabama, Alaska, right? AK is Alaska. Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Georgia, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri is MS, Montana, MIMSMO. I'm missing something. Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, any Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, Ohio, Oregon, South Carolina, Tennessee, Utah, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. I did it. Got a little confused on my M's, but I did it. And Giant Eagle went to Indiana, Maryland, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Okay. Batch codes can be identified on the product packaging. Please use the reference images below and look for the batch codes of LLA519501 under Best by 31 January 2027. No other Haagen-Dazs products or other batches of Haagen-Dazs chocolate dark chocolate mini bars are affected by this recall. There's been no illnesses or injuries that have been reported. Although the investigation is ongoing, they believe products containing wheat were repacked into incorrect packaging at the beginning of the production. If you need to contact them, It is Dryers Grand Ice Cream Inc. Media Contacts Customer Service 800-767-0120, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is what it looks like. Mini chocolate, dark chocolate ice cream bars is what they look like. Page 2. Getting a little tired here. I may have to end it. I'm sorry. Hopefully I won't. Let's keep going. Snow fruit. Peach salsa. I think this is going to be like a previous one we just did. Yeah. JFE Franchising Inc. issues a monetary voluntary recall associated with a nationwide peach recall because of possible health risk, which is listeria. And it's also peach salsa. So I'm not going to read everything because this is the same thing. I was just trying to see if this product was issued somewhere else. Again, the action is in response to the October 29th, 25 recall issued by Moonlight Companies, whose peaches were supplied to retail partners, used as ingredients in our peach salsa, and sold through Kroger. Wow. All products were sold in plastic clamshell containers under the Snow Fruit label with the following description: Kroger peach salsa, $5.99, 16 ounce, with a code by it. That's a lot. Here's the company's contact information: hello@snowfruit.com. Media contact is Chris Jones, Pierpoint Communications. Email address is cjones@peercom.com. This is what the label looks like. Peach salsa. Just a moment. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's get back to this. This one is a dietary supplement. I'm not going to do that. The next one is Blue Oven Bakery Inc. English muffins. The company announced it October 31st. FDA published it on November 6th. Reason for the announcement: undeclared milk. The name of the company is Blue Oven Bakery. Brand name is Blue Oven Bakery. Product is an English muffin. Cincinnati, Ohio, October 31st, 2025. Blue Oven Bakery Inc. is issuing a voluntary recall on their English muffin for misbranding due to the milk allergen not being declared on the label. The English muffin was sold fresh as a baked product in a 13.04 ounce sealed plastic bag. The products have been produced since April 24th, 2025, with the last production date of October 24th, 2025, and were sold at the following locations: Harvest Market in Milford, Ohio, Country Fresh Market in Cincinnati, Ohio, Creamer's Market in Crescent Springs, Kentucky. Better Pike, Crescent Springs, Kentucky. Okay. Back Alley Mercantile in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and European Cafe in Cincinnati, Ohio. No reports of illnesses involving this product have been reported. Individuals exhibiting signs or symptoms of foodborne illnesses or an allergic reaction should contact a physician immediately. If you would like to return these products for a full refund, please do so at 1719 Elm Street, Cincinnati, Ohio 45202 on November 4th or November 5th. If you have questions, please contact Blue Oven at 513-706-0901 or email them at blueovencustomerservice@gmail. They did not give any pictures of the products for this. I think Did I skip one? How did I get African food on wheels? I'll get this one. Maybe this one just was added. Company announced it on November 5th. FDA published it on November 6th. It's potential to be contaminated with botulism. Wow. African Food on Wheels is the name of the company. Brand name African Food on Wheels. Product oven dried fish. African Food on Wheels Inc. of Bronx, New York is recalling 28 boxes of product because it is a dried, unviscerated internal organ not removed fish greater than 5 inches in length and has a potential to be contaminated with botulism, a bacterium which can cause a life-threatening illness or death. Consumers are warned not to use the products even if it does not look or smell spoiled. Botulism, a potentially fatal form of food poisoning, can cause the following symptoms. We've already gone through those symptoms. Let's move down. Oven dried fish, Sucambermoris cavala, was distributed to walk-in consumers of African Food on Wheels located at 1376 Randall Avenue, Bronx, New York 10474 only. Products are packed in a corrugated brown box. No illnesses have been reported to date. The recall was initiated after FDA inspection and analysis revealed the product was not properly eviscerated. Information on what consumers should do with this product and where they can get additional information. Consumers are urged not to return it to the place of to return it to the place of purchase for a full refund. Consumers with questions may contact the company on African Food on Wheels Inc. at gmail.com or call at 646-632-2911 Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, let's keep it pushing. So we're going to skip this one. Frenius Kabi. That's a drug. Let's go to ByHeart. The company announced it November 8th. FDA published it November 8th. Potential for botulism. Wow. Company is called ByHeart Inc. Brand name is ByHeart. Product is Whole Nutrition Infant Formula. My God. Let me take a swig of water on this. ByHeart, a next generation baby nutrition company, announced today that out of an abundance of caution, it has chosen to voluntarily recall 2 batches of ByHeart Whole Nutrition Infant Formula following notification from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration of a broader ongoing investigation into recent outbreak in infant botulism. Infant botulism is a rare but potentially fatal illness that presents a serious threat to the health of infants, which occurs when Clostridium botulinum spores are ingested and colonize the intestinal tract, producing botulinum neurotoxins in the immature gut of infants. Affected infants can present with some of the following signs and symptoms: constipation, poor feeding, stories, which are droopy eyelid, sluggish pupils, low muscle tone, difficulty sucking and swallowing, weak or altered cry, generalized weakness, respiratory difficulty, and possible respiratory arrest. FDA has an ongoing investigation of infant botulism among babies in the U.S. FDA has not identified a direct link between the infant formula and these cases, and there is no historical precedent of infant formula causing infant botulism. ByHeart is taking the proactive step to remove any potential risk from the market and ensure the highest level of safety for infants. ByHeart was notified by FDA on November 7, 2025, of an estimated 83 cases of infant botulism that were reported nationwide since August 2025. Of these, the FDA also noted that 13 infants received ByHeart formula at some point. The FDA has not identified a direct link between any infant formula in these cases, and there is no historical precedent of infant formula causing infant botulism. Botulism is extremely uncommon in dairy products or infant formula and is naturally occurring in environmental sources like soil, select vegetables, and dust. ByHeart adheres to the highest standard of global and U.S. recommendations for product testing and safety. No ByHeart product has tested positive for any contaminants. So I'll read this statement by the company. The safety and well-being of every infant who uses our formula is our absolute highest priority, says Mia Font, co-founder and president. We take any potential safety concern extremely seriously and act quickly to protect families. As parents ourselves, we understand the concern this news may raise. This voluntary recall is out of abundance of caution and comes from an ongoing commitment to transparency and safety for babies and their parents. While no testing by ByHeart or regulatory agencies has confirmed the presence of botulism spores or toxin in any ByHeart product, we are taking this proactive step to remove any potential risk from the market and ensure the highest level of safety for infants. And so they have the recall codes and UPC code here. Okay. What consumers should do. Consumers who have purchased byproduct infant formula from the identified batch code should immediately discontinue use and dispose of the product. If you've discarded any formula from the following batches, ByHeart will replace those cans at no cost. If your infant is experiencing symptoms related to infant botulism, contact your healthcare provider immediately. Okay, to report an illness or adverse event, you can call FDA complaint coordinator, complete an electronic voluntary MedWatch form, and complete a paper voluntary MedWatch form. If parents have questions, please contact our experts at hello@byheart.com. For more information, visit byheart.com. And it says expanded recall. This is from November 11th, just a few days ago. And it says this is, extended. Product description: whole nutrition infant formula 24-ounce cans and 0.6-ounce packets. So they've talked about this same stuff. I'm trying to get down to see where it is extended. It's a voluntary recall. Oh, here we go. This is what it looks like because it wasn't on the other one. Looks fancy. I don't have any babies, so I don't know. But poor babies. And this is what the packet looks like. See, 0.6-ounce pack and 24-ounce container. Okay. Again with the peaches, Moonlighter and Kroger with the Listeria monocytogens. Let me see if this is anything different. It says update from November 8th. Moonlight Companies is voluntarily recalling California grown conventional yellow and white peaches because they have the potential to be contaminated with Listeria monocytogens, an organism that can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in children, frail or elderly people, and others with weakened immune systems. So this is an extension. It was updated on November 8th. Okay. This recall is being conducted because Listeria monocytogenes was identified in the packaging facility environment. No illnesses have been reported to date. Any photos? Here we go. Moonlight yellow peaches. I've seen that packaging before. Peppermint peaches. All right. Let's see. And that's what it looks like. Gotta move on. We talked about, this one's different. African imports. This is from November 12th. Organic moringa leaf powder may be contaminated with salmonella. The name of the company and brand name is African Imports. This was published on November 12th. African Imports is voluntarily recalling its organic moringa leaf powder 1 kilogram box because it may be contaminated with salmonella, an organism that can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, the elderly, and individuals with weakened immune systems. Healthy persons infected with salmonella may experience fever, diarrhea, which may be bloody, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. In rare cases, infection can lead to more serious conditions such as arterial infections, endocarditis, and arthritis. The recalled organic moringa leaf powder was sold nationwide through the company's website, africanimports.com. The affected product is packaged in 1 kilogram boxes labeled organic moringa leaf powder. It says here customers are urged to stop using the product immediately and dispose of it. African Imports requests that customers confirm disposal by replying to the recall notification email or contacting the company directly. Sorry, my chair is so loud. I need a new one. For additional information, please contact Wayne Kilt, President of African Imports, at 201-457-1995 extension 236, or email Africa at africanimports.com. Here it is. Moringa powder. The next one, Food to Live. This one was published on November 13th. Again, with possible potential to be contaminated with salmonella. Products are organic super greens powder mix and organic moringa leaf, which is just like the other one I read out of Brooklyn, New York. It's recalling packaged moringa leaf powder, dried moringa oleifera, and it's organic super greens powder mix distributed under the Food to Live brand. That are the following sizes: 18 ounce for the leaf, 18 ounce, 1 pound, 2 pound, 4 pound, 8 pound, 16 pound, and 44 pounds bags. And organic super greens powder, 8 ounce, 1 pound, 1.5 pound, 3 pound, 6 pound, and 12 pound bags. These products have the potential to be contaminated with salmonella. Salmonella is an organism which can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections in young children, frail and elderly people, and others with weakened immune systems. Persons affected with salmonella often experience fever, diarrhea, which may be bloody, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. It says the moringa powder was distributed nationwide through both retail and wholesale channels. It was sold directly to Food to Live's website and shipped to consumers across the U.S. The product was also available on third party e commerce platforms, including Amazon, Walmart, Target, Etsy, and eBay. Let's see here. We have suspended production and distributed the organic moringa leaf powder while we and the FDA continue to investigate the source and extent of the problem. Food to Live is working closely with the FDA to ensure potentially unsafe product is removed from the commerce. You could tell my voice is getting a little tired. The media contact for this company is recall@foodtolive.com. You can also call them at 718-717-1029. And here's what some of the packaging looks like. Ooh, excuse me. I'm trying to get through it, you guys. I'm getting real tired. 3 more. Face Rock Creamery. Okay. November 15th is when it was published. Potential to be contaminated with listeria. This is Vampire Slayer garlic cheddar cheese. The name of the company is Face Rock Creamery LLC. They voluntarily recalled 16 6-ounce units of Vampire Slayer garlic cheddar with the use by date of 11/4/2026 because it has a potential to be contaminated with Listeria monocytogenes, which I've read about Listeria twice already. It says they initiated this recall due to the FDA environmental sample identified the presence of Listeria in the processing area where the cheese was packaged. Finished products have not been tested positive for any contaminants. Affected Vampire Slayer cheddar block with use by date of November 4th was sold exclusively at Face Rock flagship store located at 680 2nd Street, Southeast Brandon, Oregon. Approximately 16 units were sold between November 10th and November 13th. If you purchase 16-ounce Vampire Slayer garlic cheddar with this UPC code during the specific dates above, please either destroy the product or return it to our retail location for a full refund. Face Rock Creamery LLC remains committed to the highest standards of food safety and transparency. We are actively working with regulatory authorities to have taken immediate steps to ensure the integrity of our production environment. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience and thank our customers for their continued trust. The company's contact information, you could call at 541-347-3223 between the hours of 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, or send an email to info@facerockcreamery.com. The media contact for their company's name is Greg Drobot. And this is what their cheese, Vampire Slayer garlic cheddar cheese. That's what it looks like with the use by date. Was this page helpful? Yes, it was. Let's keep it pushing. Tops. TOPS. FDA published it November 18th. It has allergens. Undeclared carmozine. I believe that's it. Company name is Mangaum LLC. Tops mixed fruit jam and strawberry jam. Amalgam LLC of Newark, California, United States of America is recalling all Topps mixed fruit jam and Topps strawberry jam product because it contains carmosine, which is an unapproved color additive that can present health concern in consumers. Topps mixed fruit jam, 475-gram batch with best before date of October 6th, and Topps strawberry jam, same grams, same batch number with best before date of October 6th. Were distributed to Utah, Portland, Washington, and California. No illnesses have been confirmed. FDA inspection of at manufacturer. During FDA inspection at the manufacturer, it determined that the recall was the result of Topps mixed fruit jam and Topps strawberry jam products because it contained carmosine, which is an unapproved color additive that can present health concerns in consumers. It says the company has ceased the distribution of the products Topps mixed fruit jam and strawberry jam to be immediately removed from the shopping shelves. It says if you purchase the product described above, you should not consume it. Instead, they should discard the product or return it to the place of purchase. You can contact their consumer hotline at 925-319-7496 or email at manglamllcgmail@gmail.com Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you feel unwell after consuming the product, please seek medical attention and mention the product. For media for this company is Ravi Singh, CEO, 203-554-2723. Email is ravi@manglam.com. Okay. We have one more to get through. Let's see. This one is called Genies. It was FDA published in November 18th. It's for undeclared allergens, soy and wheat. Genie's Splendid Ice Cream. Brand name is Genie's Passion Fruit Dreamsicle Ice Cream Bars. Sounds kind of good. Okay, this is a Columbus, Ohio company. Genie's Splendid Ice Creams is voluntarily recalling one batch of passion fruit dreamsicle ice cream bars because they may contain undeclared wheat and soy allergens and soy in it and affect the people's allergens. Let's see. No illnesses or injuries have been reported. The product was distributed to grocery stores nationwide. The recall cartons can be identified by using the batch code found on the top of the carton 25-210, which is the only lot of Genie's product affected. The recall was initiated after a crunch topping from a separate product was inadvertently introduced to this product batch of passion fruit dreamsicle ice cream bars during manufacturing. The crunch topping containing wheat and soy, which is not declared on the packaging. Consumers who have purchased the product are urged to return it to the place of purchase for a refund. Genie's Splendid Ice Cream Bars can be found at 614-488-3224 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, as well as by email. Contact Genie's, contact at genis.com. And here's what the product looks like. It actually looks pretty good. Wow. Okay. So I believe that was the last recall for the FDA page. You can always go to visit either one of these sites to get recalls. I ask that, hey, try to grow your own food, try to grow your own groceries, and stay safe. So as I always say, please find peace within yourself and please be peaceable with everyone around you. I love you all. Have a fabulous day.